have a business, I can tell you right now, you in big trouble because you can't play by the rules of the wealthy if you don't have a business. So I'm going to give you guys an acronym that changed my life, and it's SIMPLE. SIMPLE. Ironically, the word is simple because it is simple to create wealth in this country if you understand some basic wealth principles. Now, the S in simple stands for shift. The I stands for increase. The M stands for multiply. The P stands for protect. And LE means leverage everything. These are 5 simple steps that you need to do, and almost step by step in that order in order for you to achieve financial success. So you don't have to have the wealth worksheet in front of you guys. I'm going to pull it up here in a second, and I want you guys to act like you're filling in the blanks. If you have a sheet of paper at home, you can just write on a sheet of paper, and then you can give it the person that introduced you to this video to actually get the document and fill it in. We're going to pull up the whiteboard here, and you can literally take this sheet of paper, give it to your children, give it to your grandchildren, and they can share this piece of paper for many years. And if everybody just implemented this, life would be so much easier in your household. Here's what I want you guys to understand. Somebody in your family has to be the first person to break the generational curse. For me, that's just what my mission was. You know, I got tired of getting it out the mud, or having our family and our community always have to get it out the mud. I got tired of not having anything to pass down, or our community not having anything to pass down. There was a basic framework and format when it comes to financial literacy and financial understanding. So we came up with these 5 simple steps because I want you to be able to take a sheet of paper and not do the same things that everybody else did, so you can give your kids a head start. So here we go. 5. The number is 5. At the very top in the title, we have 5 simple steps to enhance your lifestyle and legacy. Now, why is your lifestyle and legacy important? Because a lot of people always talk about legacy, but sometimes that word denotes that you're no longer here. So what kind of drive or ambition and excitement are you going to have about a legacy that you can't benefit from? So we wanted to make sure we add the lifestyle and legacy to this conversation so you can enjoy things while you're here, and your family can enjoy things long after you're gone. In capitalism, we have a problem. Yes, we got 4 problems. There are 4 things that are going to keep you from being successful financially. 4 things. 1, taxes. Your problem actually begins with taxes. Property taxes, sales taxes, ad valorem taxes, state taxes, federal taxes. If you understood that your taxes are your biggest expense, not your cell phone, not the internet, not eating out. Taxes is what kill you. Then you'll start moving a little bit different. So between taxes, debt with the banks, taxes, of course, is the government, and big business, which causes inflation, number 4, you got 4 big problems you have to overcome. Here's the reality. You can't overcome these things by yourself. You out here on the battlefield with trained snipers, Navy SEALs, you know, Army Rangers and the Marines, and you out here with a 6-shooter talking about I'm gonna get wealthy. It's not gonna work. These entities are way bigger than you can ever imagine, and you got to ask yourself, okay, how am I going to combat these things if I don't even have the knowledge and the education? So here we're going to give you guys the early steps into solving these problems. The solution: 1A, 1B, 1C. Understand that a job is taxed 28 to 33%. So the magic number is 33. That means 1/3 of your money is gone to the government before you even see it. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to do something about that. In 1B, a home-based business can bring those taxes down from 18 to 23%. You see what I'm saying? So the job has 28 to 33. That's 1/3 of your money. But you can almost slice that in half if you have a home-based business, and then they'll give you more money on the check from your job because the government wants you to offset all of your expenses if you have a business. The key here, though, is home-based business. You don't have to go out and get a daycare or a nail salon or a barbershop or a brick and mortar. You already have everything you need to be successful. It's just that you're not implementing these things and putting these strategies into effect every single day. The goal is 1C. Capital gains, which is another word for when money is taxed, is 15%. Now look at the two extremes. The job that they send most people to out of college pays the highest tax, 33%. Capital gains pays half of that, which is 15%. So if most of your money is being made with labor and most of your money is not being made with money, you're actually giving away most of your money. Do y'all hear what I just said? If most of your money is being made with labor and most of your money is not being made with money, the work that you're doing is you're giving away most of your money. The problem, though, is how in the world do we get some capital gains going in our lives with the lower tax code or tax code if we don't have no money to invest? So it's a big catch-22. The solution is you want to start a home-based business. This is not the only solution, and this is not, the key to becoming a billionaire. This is the key to implementing this strategy in your family so you can start that journey to financial freedom. You're sitting on a Social Security number. You're sitting on a home or apartment. You're sitting on everything you need, but you don't have a strategy in place to make it work for you. So a home-based business with us normally is $249 one time. We sliced it in half and we're waiving the $100 fee. Okay. For this week, the $100 is knocked off and you can still get the membership and everything that the home-based business offers for $149. So the portal that we're going to give you to help you launch the business and help you with your finances is $149 a month. So I want you guys to understand, even if you don't have a sheet in front of you, I want you to write these numbers on a sheet of paper so we can go over it. Normally $249. This week, we're going to slice it in half and it's $149. And this amount actually paid me or made me $1 million from home. $1 million from home. Now, I want you guys to get this. Why give you a home-based business if we're not going to give you the support and the companies and the firms and the organizations and the experts and the people to help you make money while you're at home? This $149 per month on average brings back about $2,187 per month. Now, would you trade $149 a month for $2,187 a month? Let me just ask you that. Would you swap? $149 is what you invest, and it brings back about $2,000. Here's why. The first thing it's going to do is take your taxes down. So 2A, if you have the sheet, if you don't, just write this down. 2A is reduce my taxes. That's the start to you having some money to invest. So far, we've saved about $250 million in taxes. Can y'all imagine that? So this membership, this organization, this club, these experts have helped bring all of us $250 million back away from the government because we're in this home-based business campaign. Now, when you get those tax dollars back, you want to do 2B. You got to eliminate your debt, man. You got to get out of debt. Interest is the penalty you pay for the right to own things in advance you can't afford. So if the penalty you pay for debt is interest, you want to get your interest as little as possible to stop giving all your money away. On average, we save people about $64,000 each. I want y'all to imagine for a second being $64,000 lighter in your debt that you owe. So some people will use what's called a snowball effect. Some people will use what's called an avalanche effect. We have a software that's worth over $3,000 that helps you, and then the experts turn that debt that you were in into wealth once the software calculates what you should be doing. So just that alone is worth $149 a month if we can help you eliminate $64,000 in debt. Now we're going to lower your bills. Almost $100 million we've helped people with our trained bill negotiators. They don't make money unless they save you some money. So I want y'all to think about this, what I'm about to tell you. Your cable bill, your internet bill, your cell phone bill, your pest control bill, all your bill. My internet bill, I got 3 properties. They lowered and saved me about 40% on my internet bills. All of my cell phone bills, all of my security alarm ADT bills. So I save money every single month just by giving them a copy of my bills, and they go contact those people and negotiate, because you're part of a team now, and a team has leverage. And last but not least, restore my credit. Man, we got people, the biggest swing I've seen, a young lady went from a 400 credit score to a 750. Can y'all imagine that? The average increase is 126 points. Imagine going from even the 4s to the 6s will help you save thousands in interest. Imagine going from the 5s to the 7s. Imagine, like I did, I went from the 7s to the 8s to an 811. I have some investment properties where my interest rate is lower than some people's primary home. Why? Because my score is an 811 now, because I just uploaded my documents into the portal. And then anything that's erroneous, our company helps you vacuum some of that stuff off your credit. So when it comes to simple, SIMPLE, everything we've done so far is the S, which is shift. That's the biggest thing you got to do, guys, is the S. Now that more money's in your pocket, you can show other people, number three, you can share the power of a home-based business. Because not only do you have a home-based business, we're giving you all the tools to make your finances better. And in this economy right now, that's what everybody's focused on. Everybody's worried about tariffs. Everybody's worried about inflation. Look, you can't sit around here and complain about it. You better do something about it. Get your tax deductions. That's the purpose of a home-based business, or one of the primary advantages of a home-based business, your tax deductions. Number two, you want to hire your children. People miss that, man. If you're already paying for softball, gymnastics, piano recitals, food, movies, PlayStation games, why wouldn't you just give your child an average salary for helping you at home? You write off that salary and give the government less money. Then your children get the PlayStation, the recitals, the gymnastics, and all of that with the money you gave them. But it went through you, mom and dad, to get the tax deduction first, instead of you giving the money to Sony, instead of you giving the money to AMC Theater, instead of you giving the money to Nike, give the money to your child, and then you wrote off the salary. Earn residual income and get paid daily. Why is it that we're trying to pay residual bills with linear money? Have you guys ever thought about that? Why are we putting ourselves in a position where bills come every single month, but if we don't work every single day, we're trying to catch up with the bills every single month because the bills are outpacing our income? You got to get residual money to pay residual bills. So what we do is we have 3 different tiers where you start referring people to the power of a home-based business. Because let's be honest, that's all you're doing. You're referring people to the home-based business. You're referring people to our experts. You're referring people to a way that they can make some money. Between $150 and $4,500 per month is what executives average. Now, people say, well, Brian, $150 ain't nothing. No, we know it ain't gonna make you rich. What we want to do first, what we wanted to do was put you in a position where the $149 you're investing per month, you can cover it. So the first thing we got to do is cover your $149 per month. Now, here's a quick milestone. I told you guys earlier, I made $1 million in this company. Here's a quick milestone that I heard that actually made me join. And $1 million later, I'm still saying it because it got me. 6 members equals $600 a month. 6 members equals 12 members equals $600 a month. Now, Brian, what do you mean by 12 members? Well, when your team mushrooms to 12, not you telling 12, not you trying to convince the world, when your team hits 12, you're making $600 a month. The average person would not have filed bankruptcy if they had an extra $600, let's say $500 a month coming in. Most people just need a little bit of a push and they can start churning and burning and start investing if they weren't so behind. If you continue to become a regional, you're averaging between 6,000 and 30,000 a month. Now, why is that important? Well, now you're in the top 5 to 10% income earners in the country when you reach these tiers. Most people not making $20,000, $30,000 a month, guys. All you got to do is rinse and repeat. You now can help some people get $600 a month, because this is all I did. I helped some people earn $600 a month residually. They start freeing up, getting their trust funds, getting their precious metal, getting their investments going, getting their land. They started telling some people, now we rinse and repeat. And that's how I got up to $25,000, $30,000, $45,000 per month. Now, 3C, you average between 45,000 and 150,000 per month. Yeah. Now you're in the top. When you rinse and repeat, you're in the top 1% income earners in the country. Can y'all imagine 150,000 a month? Do you know, before I go, you're listening to a gentleman who studied hard, worked hard, went to Morehouse, graduated with honors. I finished in 4 years. My parents did the best they could to put me through school without a lot of student loan debt. I still ended up with some student loan debt. And now I make more in a month than I was making per year with a job. This is my thing before you multiply your money and get out of here. I don't mind working. I mind working and struggling. Now, if I'm going to be working, I can't be struggling. But if I'm going to be struggling, I better not be working hard. But I was working hard and struggling. That's when I knew that the combination just wasn't right. I'm like, wait, man, I'm getting up every single day, 2 hours in traffic, going both ways, study hard, got a corporate American job, and I'm in this rat race. I had to figure out what wealthy people were doing. And you know what they're doing? The opposite of everything I was doing. Now, you got to multiply your money. Start with 4A, private banking under M, if you're just doing the acronym. Private banking, a lot of you guys know it as an IUL. It's one of the most powerful instruments you can have as it relates to your portfolio, because you can borrow against your policy, use it to invest. The policy doesn't decrease because you're investing in life insurance, and then you can collateralize your life insurance policy and go borrow money against it, even though you get money out of it at the same time. Now, that sounds like a lot, but that's just another way of saying you can become your own bank. Land banking is another way to multiply your money. That's when you get into groups like ours and you purchase land in the path of growth. And then as that land increases in value, you got it wholesale, so you sell it retail. And then precious metal. Very powerful. Think about it. Platinum, gold, silver. See, the dollar is just currency. It's just paper. It only has belief because we believe in it. We believe that you'll take it and you'll feed me at your restaurant. We believe that you'll take it and I can buy some furniture. We believe that because you'll take it, I can get a television. Well, precious metal is different. Precious metal will be taken all over the world. See, your dollar don't have a whole bunch of belief in certain countries. You don't believe me? Go to Hong Kong, it drops like crazy. Go to France, Monaco, your dollar drops like crazy. Everybody don't believe in the dollar. But precious metal is an international commodity that everybody speaks that language because it's real money. We'll show you guys on 4B how to get your complex trust, business trust, family trust, private foundation. This is called a complex trust. Now you want to be like Rockefeller, own nothing, control everything. Your complex trust allows you to have assets in the trust that nobody can touch because now you're bulletproof. And as a trustee, now you get down to a 0 to 5% tax bracket instead of a 28 to 30% tax bracket. Believe it or not, guys, as I conclude, my 20 minutes of fame is up. 4C, the LE in simple, leverage everything, is probably the most important. If I could underline, Shana, make a note on this LE. If I could underline the L and the E and everything, and the P and protect, and the M and multiply, I want y'all to keep seeing the word simple throughout. If I could underline that LE, the training that we give you is multi-million-dollar advice, coaching. Our Extra Digit app allows you to reach out to everyone in your phone and show them a simple presentation to get them to sign up and improve their finances. Our Zooms like this during the week allow you to leverage our success stories, our land, our investments, our trust funds while you work on your own. Social media brings people to you because guess what? Everybody has a similar problem or a similar story where they wish they had more. You got to leverage everything that we're doing so you can become, well, this year can be better than any year you've ever had. Why is that important? Because you want to start living, man. I told you, it's a lifestyle and legacy conversation. Not when I'm gone, everybody gonna be all right. No, I want everybody to be all right when you're here. So make a decision at the very end. Just make a decision. With $100 off and a business for basically $149 instead of $249, even with the $149 for the membership on number 2, the $149 per month, that was worth it. You get the lifestyle portal, you get the legacy portal. You don't get the home-based business benefits because you're just a member and you decided not to make money, which means you don't have a business, which means you don't get to lower those taxes. So the $149 a month does not give you the home-based business benefits. But let me tell you why to you that doesn't matter. Because as a number one, the $100 one time that in that blank that normally would be there, you're not paying it this time. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it in because normally it's $249, but it's $100 one time, and we're waiving that by giving you a code. The person that introduced you to this video can give you a code to waive that 100. Now you get everything: the home-based business benefits, unlimited income, and the daily pay that gets you those figures I was talking about earlier. So guys, listen. Why would you get on something like this, listen to it all the way through, and then go back to doing exactly what you were doing, which is most Americans overpay taxes. That's just the bottom line. Most Americans don't have a home-based business because they don't understand the simplicity of it and the value of it. And most Americans don't have mentors and experts that'll help them every single day with their finances. Most people don't have experts that are going to work on their credit for them, set up the precious metal accounts for them, show them these private land deals, help you get private banking set up, help you eliminate debt. Most Americans don't have these things. Most people are trying to fight this battle on their own. So I hope this 24 minutes gave you some insight into 5 simple steps. Shift, increase, multiply, protect, and leverage everything. And we'll take you step by step through that process. Get your VIP code. I appreciate you guys. I am live tonight at 8:30 on this exact same Zoom tonight at 8:30. So you guys can hear and see the lifestyle and legacy conversation in a different way. More success stories, more people. Why not make one of these success stories you? God bless. I'm Brian Bean. I'll see you guys in the magazine. See you tonight at 8:30.